Hi guys, welcome back to another quick card pull. This is filmed on Monday, April 27, 2026. So 2726 might be an angel number that speaks to you. Today we're pulling from the Game of Thrones tarot cards. We're starting off with the Tower sideways. I feel like what choices you make is what is going to define this situation. This could be personal in your life. You know what I mean? So if this is medical, doctor tells you to do this and you do that and you put it off and XYZ happens. So be mindful of your choices, because you know what I mean, especially if you are a family person, your choices affect others around you. You know what I mean? I definitely feel like they're saying a missed opportunity. I don't feel like it's a missed opportunity. I feel like they're trying to manipulate you to make you feel like it's a missed opportunity. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're doing that because you're reliable. You know what I mean? It's just they don't care. You're not seen as an asset. You're just seen as someone they can count on that always shows up, and that's about it. You know, that's as far as it goes. Oh, we have the coverage. We don't have to worry. You know what I mean? You're not seen more than that. That's it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Don't compromise yourself, your values, what means a lot to you. So in my case, our faith-based system and all that stuff, it's like what matters to us. It's like I'm not willing to compromise that. So it's just like not all opportunities are good opportunities. But this is the thing. Don't allow them to manipulate you and be like, oh, this is a missed opportunity, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Because it's like the spirit as well. The future is lining up beautifully. You know what I mean? You are gaining knowledge. You are growing in all aspects of your life. Remember, we talked about that yesterday. It doesn't matter if they're young or old, he, she, they, what religion, what background, belief system. It's like knowledge is knowledge. Whatever resonates with you is what you're supposed to speak to you at that time. Those that can hear, let them hear. Those that can see, let them see. So it's just like tuning into that frequency, tuning into that level, leveling up. You know, the more you pay attention, the more you understand, the more that information is going to come up. But like literally, like last week, I was busy, and I'm just like, you know, we were like figuring out what was for dinner, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not even gonna worry about tomorrow. I'm like, today we're gonna about today. I feel like also belief systems. I feel like it's so 444 on the timer. I feel like what's how you manifest, how you call things in is what's changing. You know what I mean? Your beliefs in yourself. Things that we were taught were arrogant. You know what I mean? Maybe you're someone like myself that a lot of your life, it's just you're isolated, you're alone. There's a reason for that. Because you are called to a greater purpose, you're called to greater knowledge, greater wisdom, and to be of service. You may have been like the quote unquote, nurturer in your group. You know, it doesn't matter he, she, they, you're the nurturer. People could come to you I feel like it's just listening and tuning into your intuition a lot more. Stop second guessing yourself. Knight of Spears, I feel like this is something intuitively you were told that is coming in. I know a lot of you will sit there and say something different, that this is your knight in shining armor coming in. If that's what you feel, go with it. Like I said, follow your intuition. But, fire sign coming in to save the day. But, you know what I mean? It's just like, believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you are the one that's fighting and putting your blood, sweat, and tears into everything. I don't know how many people I see that are in relationships, and it's just like, you think that's the solution, and it's not. There's something deeper going on. You know what I mean? So take it as you will, you know what I mean? But I feel like this is something intuitively you were told, like a channel message, a dream, synchronicities, serendipity kind of energy where it just happens. Deja vu. Page of Spears, news coming in 3 weeks' time. This I felt like was like an eagle, or not an eagle, a hawk. So 4th. So this is May 18th. So this is right around when Spirit was telling us to pay attention, because the new moon's on the 16th. So it may not be the exact date. I feel like it's just, again, being mindful of things coming in, who you're surrounding yourself with. You know what I mean? Letting into your circle, all that, good news and stuff like that. I feel like for some it'll be good, some of them not so much. You know what I mean? I feel like this is kind of like a karmic pull. I feel like it's like how you've been, how you reacting, what you put out into the universe kind of energy here. 8 of Coins coming here, especially going back to that Knight of Wands, where it's like not all offers are good offers just because they come in doesn't, because Jamie is in love with his sister. You know what I mean? Like, he went back and died with her. He knew where his heart was. But, you know what I mean? It's just like, the princess there was so in love with him. and was willing to overlook, certain things. They did have a chemistry, but for Jamie, it was just like, no one could ever beat his, that was his love. It's been his love his whole life, you know what I mean? And he died with her, but that's what I'm saying. It's just like, quit putting rose-colored goggles on. I feel like Spirit is saying, like, take off the rose-colored goggles and see the truth, like, beyond what we build up in our head from TV shows, romance novels, movies like Disney and stuff like that. The reason I say this is because there's an offer coming in here, and it's not because they don't see you and value for who you are, and that goes for both ways. You know what I mean? I feel like maybe it's just for now, you know what I mean? Or maybe this person's having a midlife crisis, and they're just like, oh, you know what? This will do for now. This is, I painted this picture in my head of what this is going to be. And they know you're available. So maybe they're watching your social media accounts. They know you're available now. So they think this is something they want. And it's like, if they would put that amount of energy that they're putting into you, into their current relationship, maybe things would be different there. You know what I mean? We can't keep building up things in the sky thinking that there's certain things. There is truth, and there's where we put our energy. And it's, again, they said not to compromise your moral compass. 10 of coins. We've been getting this like for weeks. Absolutely, yes, everything's turning out in your favor. Happy home life, happy couple, happy children, multiple generation. Feast, I feel like I was getting like Mother's Day, or this could be like Easter Sunday or Shabbat, or we do have second Shabbat coming up on May 1st, so 24 hours of, to make up for any mistakes we may have made it during Passover, Pesach. So just like, like a do-over. How many times in life do we get a do-over? So it's like, take opportunity of this moment, but I feel like for here, it's like more celebrations are coming. Sweet moments, when you're eating, fruits and having wine, it's like a feast, a celebration, accomplishments. More information. So crown chakra, we got this earlier, of changing your perspective. I feel like changing your perspective of yourself, changing the perspective of your life, especially as you carried it forward. It's like you can concentrate and put your energy in people, places, and toxic things, and it's a waste of your energy, it's a waste of your life, it's a waste of your time, waste of your love. It's a waste of who you are. You know what I mean? It's just like, I know not everybody is going to reciprocate what you put into them. We know that. We know who these people are. Sometimes we're just born into it, right? But, you know what I mean? You can limit how much energy and resources you put into them. You know what I mean? It is a choice if you are going to keep pouring into an empty cup, basically, or a cup that basically is ungrateful. You know what I mean? So coming up to these celebrations, don't let them ruin your celebrations. You enjoy yourself. They don't want to celebrate you, that's fine. You celebrate yourself. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Stop putting rose-colored goggles onto situations, you know what I mean, that you think that should have been in your life, because it's just like, this is like I said, this is not a true connection. This is all make-believe. This is, you know what I mean, this is fantasy. They built this up. It's like, if they can't have you, nobody can have you, because they know what they're missing out on, but they're just too full of themselves to sit there and make the right choice. But they're showing the sun. You make the right choice here. This is what I'm saying. Do not compromise your moral compass, because they're saying you have lots of things coming in here, so why compromise it? You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, it's like you're a fork in the road. You know what I mean? It's like you could go right, you could go left. Like they said, we are avoiding a tower moment here. You're avoiding the inevitable. You know this is not going to be a good situation, so why even bother? You're not the same person you used to be. You don't let people come in and out of your life like you used to. You know, how many times could we sit there, and I would say that to my kids. I'm like, I wish I only dated your father. You know what I mean? I wish I only met him and that was it. Like, so it's just like, you change as you get older. You know what I mean? Because you're educated and you learn experiences and everything like that. And it's just like I said, your moral compass, who you are. So that's why we keep getting like Sam with books, because you're not who you used to be. Temperance, again, gaining knowledge. So for myself, this is getting those channel dreams. I look them up. Like I put little tick marks next to the ones that I've already looked up. So I know I've already done that. It's in my binder. I don't have to worry about that because I already got the message there. But some of it doesn't make sense to me, but I still write it down because it's just like, I know my binders are going to be there. You know what I mean? Nobody goes through them. But you know what I mean? Temperance leads to the sun. We just got the sun card. You will be the victor wearing the wreath. You know what I mean? And making the choices that make sense to you, that are in your energy. Don't start pouring into outside external bull nonsense. You know what I mean? Or maybe this is actually you going onto their social medias. That I actually did this with someone, and I saw that someone was constantly tagged in all their photos. And then I clicked on their name, and it's like, oh, no, we're separated. I'm like, well, why would she have your photo with the two of you? And I'm like, literally that weekend that just passed, there's pictures of them together, family this, family that. I'm like, shut it down. Then all of a sudden, their page was private. So I'm just like, you know what I mean? Take this temperance card as you will. What resonates with you? You know what I mean? You don't have to call them out for it. I just, the person that was trying to set us up, I said, no, thank you. Not for me. Six of Coins, giving and receiving, balance being restored. Definitely seeing Libra energy here, balance being restored, energies being restored, balance returning to your life. Kind of like we were like in they're showing the Hermit, so it's like being in hermit mode and now being more social. But be careful again, not every social interaction is the right ones. You know what I mean? It's just, they're saying temporary, which is fine to keep the peace, but don't have to put any more into it than that. So 11:11 on the timer. So that's the Four of Wands. You know what I mean? Celebrations again. Leaving for vacation, going on vacation. Buying a home, selling a home. Celebrations, engagements, marriages, birthdays, celebrations. One of my besties' kids' birthdays coming up. So I feel like let the balance restore your life. Why make it chaotic? Why start a storm that we don't need in our life? So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick card pull. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next one.